Hello, everybody. We're continuing on with our Jack and the Beanstalk fun. Okay, so we read Jack and the Beanstalk yesterday, and today we are going to read Jack and the Beanstalk again. But as we are reading, I want you to think to yourself, what is the same about this story? What is different about this story as opposed to the one we read yesterday? What did they change? What did they add? And do you like one character better than the other, like the giant better than Jack? Or maybe this story changes your mind on one of them. We'll check in at the end, okay? Let's read. All right, Jack and the Beanstalk. This is illustrated by Ed Bryan. Here goes our title page. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother in a tiny little cottage. They were very poor. Jack was a good boy, and he was very brave, but he didn't always think things through. One day, Jack's mother asked her son to take their cow to the market. "We have nothing to eat and no money," she said. "We have to sell Daisy." Jack fed Daisy, brushed her, and put a bell around her neck, then set off for the market. Jack and Daisy had not gone very far before they met a strange-looking man with a suitcase. "Hello, young man," said the stranger. "What a lovely cow you've got. If you give her to me, you can have 10 of these magic beans." "How exciting," Jack replied. "I'll take 'em." But when Jack got home and showed his mother the beans, she was very upset. "I can't believe you swapped our only cow for these ridiculous beans," she shouted. "But they're magic beans," Jack cried. "They're not magic, you silly boy," said his mom, and she threw the beans out the window. The next morning, when Jack woke up, he found an enormous beanstalk in his yard. He decided to climb up it. Jack climbed higher and higher and higher. The beanstalk seemed to go on forever. At last, Jack reached the top of the beanstalk. To his amazement, a long path led to a huge castle in the clouds. Jack walked up to the castle and went inside. Right away, a little mouse ran up to Jack. "This is the giant's castle," it said. "He's scary." "I'm not afraid of giants," said Jack. "I'm going to have a look around." The first room Jack found was a kitchen, and there was a cook making soup. "Please, can you help me make the giant's lunch?" she asked. Jack chopped the vegetables and stirred the ingredients. Soon, the soup smelled delicious. "Oh, thank you," said the cook. "Because you've helped me, I'll tell you where the giant keeps his stolen gold." So Jack followed the cook's direction to the giant's counting house, where the giant was having his morning nap. "Whatever you do," said the mouse, "don't wake up the giant." Jack carefully lifted the giant's hand and took some coins. He stuffed them into his bag. Then he crept out of the room. Jack kept exploring. Soon he found a room where a frog sat by a well. "Please, can you help me?" said the frog. "The giant stole my golden ball and threw it down this well." Jack lowered the bucket into the well, scooped up the ball, and brought the bucket up again. The frog hopped for joy. "Oh, thank you," said the frog. "Because you've helped me, I'll tell you where the giant keeps his stolen magic goose." So Jack went to the goosery where the giant was sleeping after his lunch. "One of these geese lay golden eggs," said the mouse. "Oh, can you find it without waking the giant?" Jack lifted each goose until he found a golden egg. He tucked the egg and the goose into his bag, then crept out of the room. Underneath the castle, Jack found a dungeon where a baby dragon was locked in a cell. "Please, can you help me?" said the dragon. "I'm just a baby and I want to go home to my mom." Jack took the big iron key off the hook on the wall, and turned it in the lock and freed the baby dragon. "Oh, thank you," said the dragon. "Because you've helped me, I'll tell you where the giant keeps his stolen golden harp." So Jack made his way to the music room where the giant was having yet another nap. "Please, can you help me?" said the golden harp. "I want to escape from the giant. He's so mean." Jack picked up the harp, but it suddenly started to shout. "I tricked you!" it screeched. "I'm going to call my master." "Master Giant, wakey, wakey, this boy Jack is trying to take me." The giant woke up and glared around him. "Fee, fi, fo, fum," he boomed. "I smell you. Here I come." The giant chased Jack through the castle. "You may think that you're the winner, but I will eat you up for dinner," shouted the giant. The giant chased Jack down the beanstalk. "You can try to run away, but I will eat you up today," the giant yelled. When Jack reached the ground, he grabbed an axe and chopped the beanstalk down. It toppled over with a loud crash. The giant was never seen or heard from again. And as for Jack and his mother, they both lived happily ever after. All right, now that we're done, what was different about this story and the one that we read yesterday? Let me get it. This story. What's different between the two of them? How about the things that were taken? And in our first story, they didn't tell us that the giant stole anything. But in this story, they told us that the giant stole all those different things. Now, knowing that he stole those things from somebody else, does it make you feel a little bit better about Jack taking them from him? Or is that still wrong too? It's still wrong too. But there's a lot of differences. Like he went to many different rooms. There was a dragon. Yes, you guys are right. There's a dragon. There wasn't a dragon in the first story. Who was your favorite character in this one? Did you like somebody different than you liked on the first story? Some things to think about. We are going to be doing our sequencing page. Okay? So you can click on that picture for that assignment. All right. Bye, guys.